Hi everyone, I'm Claudine and welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I'm so grateful. So today I want to talk about this new video game that is out there for our kids, which is so demonic. It is called Cult of the Lamb. Right, listen. Back in the day, things used to be quite hidden, but nowadays, because we're coming to the end times, these things are out there so blatant. It shocks me to the core of how much things are out there in our face. We say wake up. We need to wake up because the enemy is out there rampant right now, and he's trying to get to the kids because they are the new generation. We need to be so careful about what our children are watching and what our children are doing. Listen, the enemy does not need the children to be out in the world doing any of these things. It can get to them in their own homes. That's how sad it is. Just by these devices that they have. Yes, it's good that you can have a bit of peace and quiet sometimes and your children can be on the iPads, tablets, phones, whatever. But we need to realise, what are they watching? It's good to be a parent that goes and checks on them every so often to see what they're watching. And let them know, like, this is not okay. We don't do this. We don't watch this. No. We can't just think, oh, we're going to be cool and we're going to be their friend. We're their parents. We're supposed to watch over them, take care of them, and protect them. So come on, parents. Listen, we keep saying we're woke. But are we really? We're supposed to check what the children are watching and monitor what they're watching, what they're doing. Because, listen, they could be watching Cult of the Lamb, playing that game. You know, all these things that are out there for them to watch and do. I've seen some dark things that I cannot believe that are out there for young people to look at. We need to be really careful because this is such a serious time now. And us as a church need to pray. We really need to know what they're doing. It's so important. Monitor it, whatever they're watching. It's not a bad thing. Who said it has to be cool? It's something that we need to do. Listen, I check what my children are watching often. Because this world is so dark right now. It's unbelievable. And I do not want them getting caught up in anything. And this new video game that I've seen out for children from 13 years and up. Like, no. Absolutely not. It's all demonic. It's all witchcraft and all the rest of it. Listen, I can remember when I used to think witchcraft was doing some voodoo. Listen, when everything's becoming normalised, so everyone's getting like desensitized to everything, so it's classed as normal. So it's and if you don't like it, there's something wrong with you, and you're like a hater or you're not cool. Something's seriously wrong. Because when you can blatantly see it's demonic and evil, come on, you shouldn't have no part of that. I'm standing up for righteousness and not unrighteousness. This stuff is so sad what our kids are being subjected to. We need to be careful. This new video game called Cult of the Lamb, it's saying it takes 13.5 hours to play on a video game. Then again, it's saying if you're a true gamer, you can spend up to 21 hours obtaining 100% completion. So basically, if you want to complete all the levels, you can spend up to 21 hours. Wow. You really need to wake up because it's so in your face right now and you're like, what? No, this is no joke. We need to be serious about what's going off. And it's after our children, but not on my watch. I'm going to make sure to protect my children. Listen to this. I've got some information about this Cult of the Lamb game on my tablet. Listen to the information. Cult of the Lamb is centered around a possessed lamb that is tasked with forming a cult to appease the ominous deity who saved the player's character's life. The player must launch a roguelike style crusades and venture out into the gamer's 5 regions to defeat enemies and grow their following. The world, which is randomly generated and contains roguelike elements, contains resources to gather perks and weapons to collect enemies in the form of revival cultists and non-believers to fight. and other animals to rescue these animals can be indoctrinated into the player's cult. They have appearances that can be changed, both positive and negative traits, which can affect how they act in the cult or how they react to the player's actions regarding their cult. The player can manage their followers at their cult's village. Followers can be assigned tasks at the base, such as gathering resources, building structures, worshipping, performing rituals, sending them to assist the player in battle, or sacrificing them, which can affect the player's abilities and the cult itself. The player must ensure their followers' needs are met by performing sermons and rituals to reinforce their faith, cooking food for them to survive, providing them with shelter, and ensuring the village is clean and sanitary. Otherwise, the followers can turn against the player, spread dissent, and eventually leave the cult with other followers. To prevent this, the player can provide for them, give them gifts, re-educate them, or detain them in a pillory until they stop dissenting. This is also evil and demonic, and it's really disgusting. And it's classed as you're cool if you're doing it, and if you're not doing it, you're a hater and you're not cool. Nah, if this is what the world is doing and it classes it's cool, then I'd rather be uncool. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth your soul. Listen, not on my watch are my children going to be dragged into this rubbish. No. Listen, hell is real and it's for eternity. I want my children to be in heaven for all eternity. God does not want us to mess about with none of this stuff. It's all witchcraft and demonic. Check. Because sometimes people do things without even realising. You know, because the world makes it look so normal. You think, well, it must be okay. Listen, just because it might look normal and innocent, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is. It's demonic and evil. The enemy has an agenda, and he's pushing this. This witchcraft, this is in everything. I've seen it on cartoons, adverts about all sorts of witchcraft. Now I want you to watch a clip of this. Then you can see a little bit what I'm talking about. I didn't give you the whole lot of it. I just done a clip so you can watch. I don't want to put too much on it because it makes me feel sick. But I have to talk about this to let people know and warn you. Come on. Parents, grandparents, aunties and uncles, come on. We need to watch out for the young ones right now. You watch this and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's truly dark and disgusting.
You are the mighty lamb in Massive Monster and Devolver Digital's Cult of the Lamb. Saved from sacrifice by the one who waits, you're compelled to repay the dead by creating a cult in their name. So, here's a few tips on how to start your very first cult. Step 1. Grow your flock. Go crusading into the lands of the old faith to find new followers and defeat the false prophets. Back home, indoctrinate your new followers into the cult. Name them, change their form, and learn what makes them unique. Choose your doctrine to set the rules of your cult. Draw power from your followers by giving daily sermons and watch their faith grow.
So you can see how dark and demonic this video game is for our children to play. Now look, we've got the enemies signing it, you've got them doing rituals, sacrificing. I mean, in the background, the whole thing looks so dark and disgusting. No, we do not want our children to be playing these things. It's disgusting. The enemy knows exactly what he's doing. He's capturing the children in their own homes. So the ones that don't want to go out so much, he'll get them in their own homes on the devices, and even, you know what I mean? These things is wicked. He knows how to get to the children, and even at school as well. You need to be careful, because this is how the children get desensitized to this stuff, thinking it's cool and it's okay, and it looks normal, and it isn't. Next minute, they want to start doing these evil acts, and don't realising that's what they're doing. They're seeing the game enough, and they're spending 13 hours on a game, 21 hours, whatever, and say they do that every day or multiple times a day. That's a lot of hours. program in their minds to make them think it's normal. Then they go out there and think it's okay to go and kill someone. Come on now, people. We need to wake up. We need to pray more than ever. And we need to watch our children. Enemies after our children. Now I've got some few Bible scriptures to read. So first one, Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in a way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. We need to learn our children about God, right? Stay God-centered. Because if we don't, the world will teach them how to be atheists, all right? And we don't want that. Well, I definitely don't want that. So I train my children up to know about God and God's ways and what we're supposed to do. And this is one thing we're not supposed to do. Getting into all this demonic witchcraft and all this stuff. I got into it. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I got tricked into it, thinking it was all innocent because I thought I wasn't doing no witchcraft. We associate witchcraft with something completely different. We think it's just casting spells and, you know, doing voodoo and stuff like that. That's what I used to think it was. Meantime, the things I was doing is witchcraft. All the new age. It's all under one umbrella. It's all witchcraft, all demonic. It's disgusting. And God doesn't like that. He doesn't want that for us. He wants us to protect ourselves against all this stuff. All these wicked stuff. Now listen to this. Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 9 through 14 says, when you come into the land which the Lord your God is giving you, you shall not learn to follow the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you anyone who makes his son or his daughter pass through the fire, or one who practices witchcraft, or a soothsayer, or one who interprets omens, or a sorcerer, or one who conjures up spells, or a medium, or a spiritist, or one who calls up the dead. For all who do these things are an abomination to the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord your God drives them out from before you. You shall be blameless before the Lord your God. For these nations which you will dispossess listened to soothsayers and diviners. But as for you, the Lord your God has not appointed such for you. So the Lord does not want us to get involved in none of this stuff. It's so wicked, evil. Stay away from it. It's trying to take you down. And we do not. Listen, we should be all trying to get to heaven, to be with the Lord. By right, hell was just made for the enemy and his minions. The enemy and his demons, they should be going there alone. So we need to be careful what we're doing. It's no joke. Time is running short. The Lord is coming back soon. Be careful what you're partaking in. Another scripture, Joshua chapter 24, 14 through to 15. And it says, now therefore fear the Lord, serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the river and in Egypt. Serve the Lord, and if it seems evil to you to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we choose to serve the Lord. So we need to be careful what we're doing. I'm sounding the alarm on this now because it's getting dangerous real quick, real fast. So we need to monitor what the kids are watching, whether it's iPads, tablets, phones, whatever devices they've got, even the stuff they're watching on TV. Yeah? We need to check if they're going to school, when they come home, ask them what the day's been like, what they've been doing. You know, try and find out, because you don't know what agenda they're doing at school and what they're pushing, because the end of the day is they took out anything to do with God in school now, it seems, and, you know, they're replacing it with things that your children don't need to be learning about right now. So we need to be careful. Check what your children are doing at school, what they're getting into, you know. Get a relationship with them. And number one, we should be getting a relationship with the Lord as well, and knowing what he wants for our lives. All the agenda that is dark and evil out there is the enemy, and he's rampant right now. So we need to be careful and watch over our young ones and protect them. He's not here to be anyone's friend. The enemy only came to kill, steal, and destroy. So be careful. Watch over your family. We're supposed to protect them. So be careful. Just monitor what they're doing and what they're watching. Okay? Right. I hope that helps to bring awareness about this thing and how horrible and dark it is. And there's loads of more things I want to touch on. So be safe, be blessed, and I'll speak to you soon. Now, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And share the video as much as you can so other people get to hear this. You know, some people might not even know it's out there for the children to watch and play. So we need to let them know. So please share this video as much as you can. Okay? Speak to you all soon. Take care and God bless. Bye.